Thriving Survivors, and thank you for joining me on this Sunday evening. I'm so glad that you guys are all here to check out what we've got going on. I have a very special guest in the studio with me tonight. But first, before I get into that, I want to go ahead and say I cannot treat, prescribe. I am not a licensed therapist or doctor. I am just here to share stories to help uplift and hopefully inspire you guys out there. So I just wanted to throw that out there so you guys know that I am not licensed to be able to help you guys with any kind of things that you have going on. I'm just here to hopefully tell my story, continue to have guests on to tell their stories, and to help with whatever it is that you guys are facing to know that you're not alone. So I'm going to go ahead and get into my very special guest tonight. I have Mary Torrey from Mary's Handmade Creations and Hometown Handmade. I'm very glad to have you here with me in the studio. We've been kind of working together a little bit here and there. I met you back in July, and we've just become fast friends, and I'm very thankful for that, and family, which is very cool. You've had a lot of really cool stuff happening. But when I first met you, it was at it was a fundraiser that you had put together?
Yeah, craft show for what was his name? Wyatt. I had a complete blank.
That's okay.
Yeah, we did a craft show. All the proceeds went to Wyatt to help with his cancer treatment, and the little boy is doing great right now.
I've seen the updates on that, which is very cool. As being a survivor myself, with kids, it's super hard to see that kind of thing. So it's really awesome to see how he's progressed and how he's been doing. And very cool that you put together that event for him. I know it was kind of difficult this year with doing those kinds of things with what we've had for restrictions and whatnot here in the state of Michigan and everywhere else, of course. Lots of things canceled, lots of things, not able to be done. But you really put together a great event there with a whole bunch of different vendors that were more than excited to be there.
Oh, it was great.
And that's something that you've done for quite a while now, isn't it?
Yeah, I've done craft shows, hosting craft shows, and working with Vassar Public Schools for 2.5 years, I think now.
Oh wow!
So it's been fun.
Yeah, it's got to be interesting though, putting all that stuff together and making sure that you have the right amount of vendors and different, people there for entertainment or whatever it is that you're doing.
Interesting, frustrating.
I can imagine it's a lot. Probably need like 5 of you to do this. Yeah.
Very much.
Oh, yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to bring you on the show for tonight was definitely to talk about like your adventure in this, because you started out with your own like craft vending artisan business,
Yeah.
which is incredible. And, since I met you, it was all about the love of making your items, but also about having great prices for people to be able to get the things that you make, which I thought, I've always thought was really cool, because I kind of go along those lines myself, because not everybody's able to afford a lot, but you have different price ranges and different things. So starting out, what got you into this? How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this now for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I walked into a store in downtown Vassar, and this lady was selling pallet signs, and I looked at her prices, and I thought, nope, can't do this. It's too expensive. Nobody's ever going to be able to afford these. So I thought, I can do this. So I went home and I made my first pallet sign, and the rest is history. It just kind of morphed into this thing that I am still wondering how I got here, but
and you don't just do pallet signs, you make a bunch of other things as well.
Yeah, I've morphed into making blankets and quilts and catnip toys, and now I'm venturing into catnip beds.
I seen that post. I seen that.
That's this weekend's project. We're gonna see how that's gonna go down. So yeah, I'm always trying to reinvent myself and keep my products fresh.
I understand that completely. It's fun though, and I think that we both kind of have played off of this, because we both have, the apps for all the craft stores and different things that love to let us know that there's a sale going on and whatnot. But we go, okay, we could try this, or what do you think about this, or and it's kind of cool to be, have friends that do create and invent things as well. Water's falling. Anyway, that do create things, so you can we riff off of each other, but we have other people that are involved that we're able to talk to and be like, okay, well, what do you think about this thing that I'm trying or whatnot, which is really fun. I know for me, it's always been like a kind of a meditation with all the different things that I can create, which is, it's just fun to be able to do that. When it starts to feel like it's too much work, then it's just like, this ain't fun anymore. But I've never felt that.
That's good.
You know, I've never
That's
felt
good.
that.
I have.
Oh, you okay, so
I can't lie.
so okay, all right. So that's understandable. I get you. I get you. But you know, it's two totally different things. You know,
Yeah.
I do jewelry, you do palette signs, and there's a bunch of other things. Like, for instance, I don't sew. You sew. I could definitely like wire you up something, but it's not going to be nice. It's not going to be comfortable if it's a blanket like you make. I mean, you go full out with quilts and, you know, these blankets and different stuff. Or I am just like, nope, you do your thing. Do your thing. I will sit here and support and be like, yeah, that looks good. But I am not a sewer. So I can understand where that could be frustrating. Probably like getting a wrong stitch or having to redo or something like that. I can only imagine.
Yeah, my seam ripper is my best friend sometimes.
I can only imagine. But you also do custom work as well.
Absolutely.
Through Mary's Handmade Creations is your first love, but
Yes.
this year's been kind of exciting because it's branched out to even more.
Yes.
But before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit more about Mary's Handmade Creations.
Sure.
You know, a little bit more about working through that and doing markets and different things that you've experienced with going, okay, I can do this. I'm going to put this out there more, because you said you started out as making presents or making it for yourself.
Yeah.
And then you graduated into actually having a booth and selling at different things. So what is something that you could tell some of our listeners that are thinking about getting into doing these kind of things?
All I can say is don't be scared. Just get out there, put yourself out there. Don't sit there and judge yourself like I did and still do.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta go 2 feet in, just jump, and you're not gonna regret it. Don't be afraid to try new things either, because it's gonna be worth it in the end. It really is.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that a lot of people are nervous about. I mean, first off, I seen this thing this week that was talking about the different expenses of what you will and won't do. Like, for instance, you know, one of my favorite things is Big B coffee. So I'll spend $6 on that, but then I'll be like, oh, I can't buy this, and it's something that's good for me, or, you know, something I want to make or create, or like, for instance, a strand of beads or whatever. So I'm just like, man, that puts it into a different perspective when you go, okay, well, this is something that actually I not only I enjoy, but it's also going to push me forward into getting my product out there, doing my thing. And now it's kind of incredible because we can get online and, you know, put our product out there, show people what we're doing. And, you know, even we've been talking about classes and different things too, you know, to be able to put that out there, show people, and even get customs. How often do you get customs?
A lot. I thought it would slow down after Christmas. I thought I'd have so much time to catch up and make some different things for the store. Nope. I had a gentleman come in last weekend and order 4 signs, and right behind him I had 2 more customs. I was going, oh, okay.
Do you ever feel any kind of stress from it, or like how does that work for you?
When they tell me, be creative.
Oh gosh, I can only
Your
imagine.
stuff is beautiful. Do whatever you want. And I'm going, oh, just tell me what you want.
And I'm guilty of that. I have said that to you before too, and I should know better being
Yeah,
a crafter.
but you're a friend, and I can look at you if you go, oh, I don't like that, and be like, hey, that's too bad. That's what you asked for.
Yeah, that's what you get. Which, you know, one of the things, like when I first met you, that first day that I met you, because your husband had come on the show and he talked to us about the event. He talked to us about Wyatt. He filled us in on a lot of things with you and whatnot. And he's like, all right, come out to this event so you can meet Mary. And he said nothing but great things and how proud of you that he is, which is incredible to have a partner that pushes you and to do better. Do you feel that? Does he often continue to keep on supporting you through this stuff?
More than anybody will ever know.
Yeah. Oh.
He is, he does. He pushes me beyond my comfort zone. And there's some days where I'm like, oh, really? And there's other days where it's like, yeah, okay, I'm all right with this. So, you know, it's just, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah, rather not that you have the support of a partner or whoever that you're with or friends or whatnot. When you feel like you can do something, you just got to keep, like you said, just keep on going. And for me, I was still kind of teetering, when I first came there. Like I finally was able to go, okay, I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna go out. So that was kind of my first jumping off. Really was with you guys.
Yeah.
And the first, one of the first things that I noticed when I met Mary, she had stuff going on. She was ready. She's getting everything in order and whatnot. And then I didn't even realize that you had your own booth there. So when I took a spin around to go check out all the different vendors and whatnot, I stopped at yours and I was like, oh, I need this pallet sign. And it said, dragonflies make me happy. I was like, oh, she's speaking my language. Light up everything, just beautiful stuff. And, to see how your displays were and how everything was, I was like, oh, this is cool. So then after we kind of, we met, you and Rodney started like pushing to go, okay, come try this with us. Come out here and do this. And I think that is an incredible thing. So, I'd recommend to anybody who is experiencing, making their own products and doing these kind of events to bring somebody along and to say, hey, you can do this. You have really great stuff. And I know that it will do good because once you guys did that, it was like I had a whole another perspective and I was finally feeling confident about what I was doing. So, I thank you guys for that for sure because it's taken off from there for both of us.
Yeah, it's a
for
great thing.
everybody. So I want to go ahead and get into telling me a little bit about your dream and where it has come and what is going on now.
So my dream was to be my own boss. At some point in my life, I was not expecting it to happen during a pandemic, but I kept having people come into my booth saying, "You need to open your own store. You need to open your own store. This is like a little traveling boutique." I said, "Yeah, that's my plan. That's what I want to do." And we were in the Emily City Farmers Market, and the director of the DDA came up to us and she says, you need to have your own store. Have you ever considered it? And we were getting ready to sign a lease in Vassar.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And we said, we wish you would have come to us and said something. We didn't know there was building opportunities. And so she says, yeah, come check this building out. This is a program we do. We get people 6 months free off the ground. And it's like, really? So it's like God literally came to us and said, here's this building. Here's your dream. Go chase it. Go get it. So we signed on, and it was unreal. We were supposed to be in that building for 6 months, and 3 weeks later, we had a gentleman walk into our store who happened to be was a previous tenant to this building, and he says, "Hey, we're moving down the street. Do you guys want to come check this out?"
Oh wow!
And I said, well, okay. So we walked in, and this building that we're in now, it just felt like home. And the landlord came to us and said, yeah, I want you guys in there before Christmas. And I kind of went, oh, okay. I don't, what do you say to that? And he's like, well, we'll give you 2 months free rent. And yet again, there was God going, here you go.
Yeah. Here's a bigger space for what you're doing. So at that time also we were getting ready to go down to Shipshewana and get a whole bunch of inventory and different stuff going. So to do that move and to continue to do the store and everything, it probably felt like a lot on your shoulders.
It was a ton. I never worked so hard in my life to try to move the store and get things ready to go. Mm-hmm. And you and Adam helped quite a bit.
Even walking stuff over to the store. Because it was in with walking distance, but at that time there wasn't a truck there for us to do. So, nope. Rodney and him and, everybody that was there collectively was carrying stuff and walking it to the store. And it felt like it just went quickly.
It did.
Like everything was just put and within a night, pretty much. Everything was over there. So, there's that drive. First off, because here you are, you got an amazing opportunity that a lot of people are always probably going, I can't do this because I don't have money. I can't afford a building. I can't afford this. But here's this opportunity that was, handed to you guys through all of your hard work.
Right.
Because you guys would show up at all of these different vending, every week on time. You guys were there, set up and ready to go. And, so you've been putting in this work and it paid off because here's this big, opportunity handed to you guys. And then another one is handed to you guys. And now it just seems like it's wildfire.
It is. It is. We've had, in this past week, we've had 5 new vendors sign on, or artisans, we call them, sorry, not vendors, sign on to be a part of our store. And it's just, and there's more that are lining up at the door, waiting to get in, chomping at the bit. And it's, God provides. That's all I can say is He provides. He knew that we had to have enough artisans in there to cover our rent and our bills. And here they are.
And they continue
They
to
just
keep on coming. Well, there's a definite family feel because Hometown Handmade is, explain a little bit about that. Like, what is it made up of?
It is made up of people from all different walks of life. And we kind of all morphed into this gigantic family. It doesn't matter. We've got people like you, cancer survivor, and we've got now 2 artisans in there that are legally blind, and people that have conquered their depression and anxiety. It just gives them a focus to keep their hands busy and not have to keep dwelling on that. And it's just an awesome thing.
So how many vendors are actually in the store?
We have 21 now.
21. And we started out with 6 or 7? 6?
No, 8.
8, okay.
We start off with 8.
8 in the store. So the idea came together because there was another opportunity in the beginning, but you wanted to build on your own dream. So not only just for you were like, all right, I'm going to bring other people in as well. And with doing that, now you're at 21.
Yeah.
And people definitely want to come in because you guys do something a little bit more different, unique, because you give people an opportunity. Yes, there's a set amount for a monthly fee to sell in your store, but it's not anything where it's not attainable for people.
Right. You got to look at it. It's one craft show a month or one good farmer's market or flea market a month. And we don't take commission on anything. So we are not profiting off of the items that you've worked so hard to make. We take nothing. And you guys are coming in and you literally take home what you make, what you sell. And that's what sets us apart from everybody else, is because I'm not here to take your money and part of your profits. That's not what we do.
Right.
So, especially with the pandemic, because all the craft shows are canceled. So
it's a definitely a different opportunity when you are giving that, offering this up to people to come in and not have a percentage taken off of what they are selling, but they're giving an amount for, monthly fees. And then you have different tiers too now. Yes. It's definitely evolved into way more than when it first started out. Absolutely. And to watch it grow, like I said, like wildfire since it started. And not only that, the online presence is incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
A little through the roof, thanks to my husband, who I'm sure you guys are sick and tired of seeing if you're on any of the swap pages in the surrounding area. He's constantly on there pushing our live videos, pushing that we want different artisans to come in. And I'm sorry, but it's all good, right?
Oh, I mean, you have to be able to be out there, really, no matter what platform it is on. And, you can always set it aside from your personal one and just do that, hammer it out on your business pages. And I know that there's people that are just starting out that don't know how to do this stuff, that don't know, how important it is to have that, presence online, no matter if it's, because you're on, what other things are you on for social media?
Oh, we do the Facebook. We've got recently, and I vowed I would never do this, is TikTok.
Okay.
I am on there strictly for the business. And since we've done that, we've been on TikTok for about a week now, maybe. Okay. Our likes on our Facebook page have jumped 50 to 60 people.
And just doing that.
Yeah, just doing that. Unreal.
And now you have, people commenting on how much they love the store when they come in. And, we touched a little bit on the 21 artisans that are in the store. But the different thing is that you don't kind of have no contest. Can
No.
you explain a little bit about that?
We do a no compete, and
That's what
what
it
that
is.
means, no contest, no compete,
Yeah.
same thing.
Right.
And what we do is, if somebody comes in and they make, like our ceramics, I'm not going to bring another ceramic person in because that's going to compete with what's already there. I'm not going to bring in somebody else who makes palette signs because that's going to compete with me, and it's not going to be fair for either party because it's just a competition. Now we do have 2 soap artisans. We brought in just recently Stone Cottage Farms, which is amazing. And we also have another lady in here who does Faye and Whimsy. It's the name of her company. She does vegan soaps. You have goat's milk soap and vegan. 2 completely different things,
Different scents.
different looks to everything. And you know what? We've talked to both of them and said, hey, what do you guys think? Are you going to be angry? Nope, let's do it. Bring them in. And it doesn't affect either one of them because you either got the ones that are, nope, I'm strictly goat's milk soap. And you got the ones that are like, oh, I like the pretty soap.
Yep.
So, yeah, definitely. We like to keep. No, it's my husband. He's here and he's trying so hard to be quiet. No,
But it's different. It's a different look.
Yes.
Like Stone Cottage Farm, their soap is more of a natural. They don't use dyes. They don't use
Right.
coloring and things in it. Which, Faye and Whimsy, they have the beautiful swirls, different colors, marbling.
Yes.
It's completely 2 different beautiful
Looks like
soaps.
fudge.
Yeah, it does kind of. Smells incredible. They both do. And the great thing is I was there the day that Stone Cottage Farm came in, and also Faye and Whimsy came in that day as well. And it was really cool to see that because they no sooner had just put their soap and did their display, Stone Cottage Farm, just getting it in there. Then here came Faye and Whimsy, and she looked at their soap. They were just, very kind. Like you said, it's a family feel to everything. And it was great because during the day, 2 people had come in. One bought Stone Cottage Farm soap, and the other one bought Faye and Whimsy.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, it's the no compete, no. It's really cool to see how different the products are. Like, for instance, I sell jewelry, but mine is totally different from a bit of glitz and glam.
Bits of glitz
There we go.
and glamour.
Thank you, thank you. Glam.
Yeah, glam,
Oh,
not
glam.
glamour. Bits
Thanks,
of
Rodney.
glam.
But we have 2 totally different. She does incredible, like, tiny, minute bead work, and I am not about it. So when she came in, and you guys did ask me, if it was okay or whatnot, and that's something that you don't usually get with businesses. That is
Right.
something incredible that you guys offer as well, and it's different. People come in, they'll buy one of mine, one of hers, and it goes back and forth, and it doesn't feel like there's anything to worry about there.
Right.
So one of the best part about the artisans is the stuff is made here in Michigan.
Yes. Everything is made within an hour of our store's location in Emily City. So that is alone is something that you can't find anywhere. 'Cause everything's made overseas or in a big factory. No, everything is handmade within an hour of our store.
That's awesome.
So-
And again, you keep on getting more and more people in from all over,
Mhm.
which is very cool. All made in Michigan, handmade stuff. And you can see, like, with Stone Cottage Farm, one of their things on their ingredients list is made with love. I feel that all the way across all of the artisans and, their handmade stuff, they really do put their heart and soul into it.
They do.
And another thing too is with supporting these small businesses, these artisans, there's a different kind of a relationship with a customer. Can you explain like a little bit about that? Because there's that face to face for one, but it's not this big box chain.
Right. It's face to face. And when people hear the special stories like, oh, hey, this jewelry over here is made by somebody who has survived cancer. Hey, this beautiful doll or dress up apron, some person who made that's legally blind. And they're like, wait, what? How? This is really cool. And you're able to tell personal stories and you're able to get that one-on-one with that customer. And I feel overall appreciate the item a lot more and where it's coming from. And I feel, especially now, people want that small hometown handmade they'd rather support somebody and help put food on their table than big box.
Yeah, for sure. And, there's been different, safe social distancing events that you've done at the store. You had Santa over Christmas.
did.
Christmas was a knockout of the park.
Christmas is
Everybody.
crazy.
And for just starting the business, how incredible was the turnout for, this Christmas?
Christmas was unreal. There, we would have anywhere between 15 to 25 people in the store on a weekday
Yeah.
that would come in, and just the positive feedback that we got on our products and how the store was laid out. It was just unreal. Unreal.
And it's a really cool thing too, because you've seen the different gears turning with all of the different artisans, because everybody was like, oh, Christmas? What can we do? And
Yeah.
I just want to go ahead and compliment on the window display.
Thank you.
You really do knock it out of the park. You've had experience with different window displays from the past.
Kind of.
It's
Kind
a
of.
little bit different.
A little bit different. I worked at Hallmark for 13 years. So I have some retail experience, but when you work at a corporate store like that, you're given a binder every quarter, and it tells you exactly how to set stuff up. You cannot waver from that. So when I got to go have fun with my own window, it was great. And I had so much fun.
And it looks incredible. People would come up, and it was just that feeling of coming up to a store window and going, oh, I like that. I want to buy, purchase that. And when we first started, a lot of the items in there were under 50.
Yes.
I mean, now it's branched out. There's a lot more different items in the store. So there is some stuff that's a little bit more pricey now. But that was a really cool thing. It still is a really cool thing, because everybody has great prices for what they are making.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can still say that currently everything is under 150.
There we go. That's great, though. That's great for handmade stuff.
Yes.
It's been a really cool thing to see, because, okay, so we were talking about the window thing. The first store that you had, it was kind of set off the road. It was
off
hard.
the beaten path, and it looked like a house. We had people seriously would creep by and wonder, oh, what is this? Even though we had big banners outside saying, hey, we're open, come check us out, they still wouldn't get out of their car and come look.
They were thinking that was still like closed, but now on Main Street, you guys are located next to Jalisco's Deli, right? Which is incredible food. If you guys go and check out Hometown Handmade, it's hard sometimes when you go to open up the store, because you can smell Jalisco's coming in. It's like, oh, it's not breakfast. Like, that's not breakfast for me, but good food. So, but not only that though, when I've been there, there's been people that come in and go, oh, it smells so good in here, but they're not talking about Jalisco's.
No, they're talking about all the candle scents and the soaps that are in there, and it's awesome, because you walk into the front and you immediately get hit with Stone Cottage Farm smell.
Yes.
And now we got a little bit of the stain going on with it, so you get the wood stain
from the furniture stuff.
From the furniture stuff.
Yeah.
So we have all that mixture, and then when you walk to the back by the candles, sometimes it smells like food back there, and we have fresh brownies baking in the oven. So there's all sorts of cool smells in this store.
And that's cool. And, you've seen a lot of repeat customers too.
Oh yeah.
A lot of repeat customers, people that are like, I'm coming back. I'm bringing a friend. And I think I was listening to you talk about a lady coming in to me on the phone.
Yeah, there was
Tell a little bit about that.
We had two ladies in the store last Saturday, and she's the one was on the phone, and she looks at me. She goes, "Where am I at again?" I said, "You're at Hometown Handmade." She gets back on the phone. She goes, "Yeah, we're at Hometown Handmade. You need to get over here now. This place is cool."
That's awesome.
Sure enough, her friend showed up, and she brought a friend. So it was these women. I love them. They were great. They were so much fun.
So that's a great thing, because you get to, not only with it being your store, but it's a different thing. Like, you get to connect personally. You've probably met so many different people that have, like you said, tell their story even while they're shopping. And it's interesting to be able to connect with people. I think that, with the big box stores, we don't see that.
No.
There's a personal thank you. There's just a different kind of a feel. And that's why I'm hoping that everybody will come out to the store and come check it out, because it does feel like home.
It does.
It does. And it's neat, because this new building, it used to be a jewelry.
It was a jewelry store. It was a bank. and we have this really awesome walk-in vault, and it is now turned into our clearance vault. We have that aspect, and then we have this safe that is built right into the wall that we're using to hold some of our smaller items, and it makes a really cool shopping feature. And we can tell the story about that and everything, and how, because what's going on in here? Why do we have this stuff? And it just opens the door to so many different conversations.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's a cool feature there for sure. And there's
Mhm.
another little, like kind of not necessarily a vault, but I can't remember where all the jewelry and stuff is at that they used to.
The safe.
Yeah, the safe. There we
Yep.
go. That's what I was trying to get towards. But yeah, there's that also, and
Mhm.
it's just this beautiful, beautiful building. You got the wooden floors and everything, and it complements everything that's in the store.
Yes.
More room to move around. It's a completely different place compared to where you first started out, and it just went so quickly.
It did. It did. Never in a million years did I expect that we were going to be moving onto the main street within 3 weeks of us opening those doors.
That's amazing. And then okay, so you had grand opening
Mm-hmm.
at the smaller store.
Yep.
And what were the numbers like for that?
Customer wise,
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to say we had probably within that weekend, I would say at least 200 to 300 people
Oh wow.
walk through the store, because the weekend we opened, Emily City was doing Art in the Rough. So my lovely husband, yet again, was down on the street, and he was literally handing people flyers saying, "Hey, go check this store out.
Yeah.
Go look." And it was nonstop movement that night. We stayed open late, and it was one of the best things we could have done to get the exposure, because even right off the bat, we had people coming back in.
Yeah.
So
It's very cool. And so now people were thinking that you guys had closed within those 3 weeks because they weren't seeing the sign
right,
or getting the notice that, you had moved to a different store.
yes,
But now when they come in, they're like, oh, you guys are still here.
yes,
And that's another great thing to go ahead and follow on all of the social media, because not only for that aspect, but you also have different sales that run, different artisans will run different sales,
Mhm.
different stuff going on, gift baskets, giveaways,
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
different
amazing.
games. I know our next big game we're going to be doing Easter. I'm going to do an Easter egg. So you get to, those little plastic Easter eggs.
Yeah.
We're going to fill them with discounts and free items and all sorts of stuff. So you get to reach your hand into a bucket, pick out your egg, and crack it and see what you get.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So,
Oh, I've got some stuff going on in chat. This is great. Guess what? Stone Cottage, Vainville, Stone Cottage Farm. Farmer Chrissy is joining in. She says, hello from Farmer Chrissy. Great to see your smiling faces and hear your voices, ladies. God is cool. All we have to do sometimes is take the first step out of the boat.
Amen.
Yeah, for sure. That is really, really good. Oh, you got some stuff going on over there too? All right. Do you want to hop on and tell us what's happening?
Still image.
The picture so everybody knows, because he doesn't get a camera for this show. Uh-oh. One moment, guys. Thank you, Farmer Chrissy, for joining in. We are so excited that you're part of the
Check
Hometown
one, check one.
Handmade store.
There we go. All right. So yeah, on Twitch we've got dreams are bigger than fake pandemics, and I haven't made it to the store yet. But I have a man cave sign I can proudly display. Thank you.
Oh, all right. Well, you know who that is. Jeremy from This Is My Brain is
That's
joining
right.
in over there on Twitch. We are on Twitch and of course on YouTube. Also re-aired on solidstateradio.net, which is really cool because we're talking about Hometown Handmade, and it is local to the Lyric Mall
Mhm.
where they are at. So that is really cool. And everybody that is listening to this, if you are listening to it future, go stop in at
130 East 3rd Street, downtown Emily City.
So you guys are definitely going to continue. What is going on from here? Like, what is the next thing?
The next thing is getting some classes up and going for palette painting and hopefully some jewelry making.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Oh yeah,
I know we have been talking with Stephanie, who is our grapevine wreath artisan. She makes some beautiful, beautiful grapevine wreaths. She's talking about coming in and doing a class to do the grapevine wreaths.
That'd be
and
cool.
I just got to figure out how to work Eventbrite. It is not being my friend right now.
Not a friend, huh?
No. So we're working on it. They are going to be on the books very, very soon.
Well, that's cool. So there will be classes coming up,
Mhm.
and again, games, different stuff. You
Yes.
guys are very involved with the community as well, and it seems like everybody has just been, going above and beyond and working together with you guys.
Yes.
It's been very inviting to the town, and now for Christmas time, wasn't there like a shop hop or something that you guys did?
Yes, Dear Widows Weekend, we did a shop hop and we partnered with all of our business neighbors in Emily City. And we put a little map together, and everybody was either doing their own sales, they were doing refreshments. Really cool thing. And these women would literally go from store to store to store, just shop away while the men were out being men. They were
going and doing
playing.
their hunting and
They were hunting for their bargains. So we have been really blessed with some awesome business neighbors.
that's cool. And I
So-
see it was cool to see for Christmas time to be able to come together, and then some of them also got together for the flyer that went out.
Yes, Happy Little Quilt Shop, which they are 3 doors down from us. They've been amazing. They've helped us quite a bit. They're actually the ones that were the previous tenants. And thanks, Justin.
There you go. Shout out.
Shout out to you and Kirsten. You guys have been phenomenal. But Kirsten went and designed our flyers that went out in the mail.
Oh wow, that's
Yes.
awesome.
And between them, and here's another shout out coming to a little bit of everything. And RJ, he also came on board and went in on our flyers. And Sam from Jalisco's Deli. So all of us are on this flyer together, and so we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Well,
Right.
4 birds, really. If you think
Yeah,
of
there
it.
you go.
Um, and everybody's getting the word out that hey, we're here. So, and it's helping.
And one of the great things too is a little bit of everything. They also had Christmas stuff going on.
They did.
And we had a bunch of handmade stuff in the store of displays and different things, ornaments. There
Mhm.
was a whole bunch of different Christmas items, but they still gracefully working together. And that is so important, especially in these times.
Yes.
So it was neat to see just how everybody just kind of came together to put this on and to help each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of people miss the mark. I think that that's a big thing. It's neat when people that have been there are like, okay, come on, guys.
Mhm.
Or you're like, we're doing this. You guys want to come along?
Yeah.
I mean, it just, again, no compete, no competition, no.
Yep. No competition.
And you guys even worked with there's other businesses in town that have artisans in
Yes.
differently than what you do though.
Yes, way differently. Backyard Creations, it's right on Van Dyke, just north of town. Christina is a great lady to work with. She's helped a lot, but her store is set up way different.
Yes.
She has artisans in her store, but she also does antiques and vintage and different things. And she's booth.
Yeah.
So you pay for your booth area, whereas we're just kind of everybody's thrown in together and we're just this huge
Yeah.
collection of everybody's stuff in one place.
It's not all set up as just one, like you said, booth.
Right.
And that was something that was different, when I came on board and when you were talking about this, I was like, okay, I'm going to make some display stuff or whatever. And, I had this idea that it was just going to be one section that I'd pay for, to put the stuff in and come in and switch it out or whatever.
Right.
That's not the case there.
No, not at all.
You do it completely different. You put everybody out and you range it to where it looks just like you're going into a department store.
Yes. And what I've found is sometimes if you have, like my mom, she's in with us too. She does a lot of upscaling of different glasswares and whatnot. So she'll take and make candlesticks out of 3 or 4 different pieces of glass.
Yeah.
And her booth, when she was at Backyard, and this is not to put Backyard Creations down at all because I think they're absolutely amazing at what they do, but her stuff would get overlooked because she was glass, and people would be like, "Oh, that's just glass. I don't want that."
And they'd walk by
And they'd
because
walk
it was
right
a
by.
booth.
Whereas here, it's mixed with a pallet sign or a picture from my photographer that's in there, and they stop and they go, "Oh, well, I like how that's set up," and they'll grab both items.
Yeah. That's
So
really cool.
they see it and they can envision what it's going to look like in their home. And instead of it being just, oh, that's
All
just
one
all
thing.
one thing,
Yeah.
nobody's going to stop and look at the jewelry. Nobody's going to stop and just look at this. They see it as one big, oh, this could be in my living room.
Yeah.
So that really sets us apart too.
Yeah, it's definitely a different feeling, and to have everything displayed like that, like you said, it puts it together. You put things together,
Mhm.
but they look incredible together, and people are like, "Oh,
Yeah.
all right." Well, one of my favorite things from Nancy's Nook, your mom's, is her teacup lamps, and then she's got teacup bird feeders. Those are really cool.
Yes. So much fun.
All kinds of different things. You've got in the store photographer.
Mm-hmm.
There's just maybe give a little bit about some of the different things that you can find when you come in.
Oh, we've got furniture now. That's one of our newest additions. Like I mentioned before, we have a husband and wife team that come in and they do ceramics, and they make really cute little. I mean, they're little. They're perfect for hanging in a window or on a mirror in a bathroom. Just uplift and brighten up a little area. We've got candles and wax melts, candle warmers. Candle warmers is the only thing that is not made here in Michigan or in America.
Yeah,
But
Only
it goes
thing.
with.
yeah.
It's
It goes
the only
with the
thing.
items.
I will say that because I've had people ask, "Oh, who makes these?"
No.
China does.
Yeah,
But
those are the only thing in the store because they go along with flame and flicker
Flame and
candles.
flicker
there
candles.
we go. I
Yep.
kept on reversing that because I have that habit of doing that with numbers. Yeah, I kept on doing that. I kept doing that and then giving the wrong address here and there, and it's just like, okay,
That's okay.
it happens.
That's
Switcheroo
okay.
there, but
That's
yeah.
right.
So
And now we also have somebody in here that does macrame. She makes the cutest little things like she's got right now to hang in your rearview mirror of your car. They're little macrame plant hangers with a little succulent in a
Oh.
pot.
how cute.
Absolutely adorable. And she's got bookmarks and keychains and all sorts of different things. I have a lady who makes purses.
Oh,
And
those
these
are cool.
Purses, when she started pulling them out of her tote, I'm thinking, oh, what did I do? This is a direct sale. And then the more I talked to her, she's like, no, I make these.
Wow.
They are that professional, and I still can't believe that she makes them. They are incredible. We've got a lady who does embroidery on towels. The lady who's visually impaired.
Yeah,
She also makes these really cool dolls.
they are very cute.
Absolutely adorable. And the dress up aprons, and they're all her pattern.
And
all
the
of them are
stuff,
her pattern.
it's hard to keep the stuff in too.
It is. It
Another-
definitely is.
Another really cool thing about this opportunity of everybody coming in is a lot of people that do custom orders have been getting custom orders.
Absolutely.
So their business not only is growing outside of the store, but they're doing sales within the store as
Yes.
well. Now, if you stop and you think about this, how does this make you feel like everything that's been going on? Is it above and beyond what you expected to happen?
I expected it to be very slow, and I have a little bit of a struggle here getting going. You know,
Mhm.
yeah, we are within a pandemic, and whether you believe it's fake or not, we're dealing with the effects of it. And we have been blessed beyond our imagination. We've had the business just keeps coming.
Yeah.
The artisans just keep coming, and I'm just beyond words.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I never dreamed that we would be where we are right now.
That's an incredible feeling. And it's not just you living your dream. You've brought other people on board
Yeah.
to also help
Yep.
with building their dreams up.
Yes. The gentleman that does the furniture, I just told my husband the other day, I said, we're his stepping stone.
Yeah.
I said, I feel within a year, maybe 2 years, that he's going to have his own furniture store. He is that awesome. And I feel like that with a lot of people is we are their stepping stone for them to have their own franchise, their own business. And I'm so happy for them all.
Yeah, that's such a cool thing to do, to bring people on board, with what you're doing. Now, when you started out, did you have somebody that was like a stepping stone that was like you guys are to me to bring me out and do?
I would say my stepping stone was doing the farmers markets this past summer.
Yeah.
I feel the craft shows were great. Don't get me wrong, but I really feel like I got my push this summer doing all the farmers markets around in Frankenmuth and Emily City, and even in Vassar. I just feel like I was building myself up.
So that's probably a good jumping off point for people that are not ready to put their stuff into a store.
Mhm.
It's a good opportunity to pay, like, for instance, Vassar was $10.
Right.
So it's a good thing to do to start out. You can pay that $10, see how it goes.
Yes.
And continue to keep on. Yes, it's a lot to set up. So there's been a little bit back and forth, especially with Rodney and me, with them having what he'd say, you guys having lows to unpack, and then me just with 2 little totes going, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's completely
Our
different.
trip down to Indiana, we had to rent a trailer, and here comes Heather with a little tote.
My little tote.
We got a trailer.
Yeah, and you guys got a trailer, and it's just different. But you have to take that chance, I feel,
You do.
and until either somebody says, okay, go and do it, or if you guys are listening to us right now and hear the experiences that we've had. I mean, it's not all been sunshine and rainbows.
No.
We've dealt with rain. We've dealt with wind blowing the tents away.
Oh, my gosh.
We've dealt with a lot of different things. So be prepared for that kind of thing. But
Yes.
there are growing pains with just like with
Mhm.
anything. So when you're doing these farmers markets, you have to remember too, you're taking a chance, and yes, it's a $10 thing. My biggest thing that I looked at was like, okay, I sold something for $10. I made my money back for my day.
Yes.
And I got to network with people. I got to, tell them a little bit about what I do and where I started kind of.
Mhm.
And then they tell me a little bit about what they do, or, the different things. I met a lot of really cool people at these farmers markets, these, different things that we were able to go vend at. And it was a really cool experience. We got closer. I got to meet some of the people that you already knew
Yep.
that were already on this, farmer market circuit, I guess we could say. But it's just really being able to have that chance to start out, and for a little cost. Like,
Extremely.
yours is totally different. With you make pallet signs, I get recycled stuff. So there's that opportunity when you have people that donate stuff, which is incredible. And we kind of build from there, little bit pieces by piece, but continue to keep on going at it.
Yeah.
Not giving up. And I think that's the biggest thing that, if you're listening right now and you're wanting to get into doing something like this, it does take money to make money.
It does.
It is a true statement.
It does. Don't be afraid to spend it. And that's where I never wanted to do the bigger shows. And I finally bit the bullet and did AutoFest down in Frankenmuth.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. And I thought, nope, I'm not going to make my money back. What am I doing? This is crazy. Went out and bought the nice big white tent so I could
Yep.
be in this. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm $250 in the hole. How am I ever going to make this money back? And I did. And I made a lot more than what I put into it. And you have to be able to be willing to take that chance. If you're not willing to take it, then you're not going to make it.
Yeah, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the product that you are making. And, once you start to get the reviews, and that's part of it. Like I said, networking. When
Yes.
you get there and you meet people and you share your product, that's really where it starts to go from there. And the social media presence, that's honestly, I can't stand being on there because I honestly do waste a lot of time by, notifications come up and then here I am scrolling on Facebook for 12 years. And it's like, I really need to be getting to work. I need to be doing what I need to be doing. But it's also a very good tool to have.
Extremely
It
good tool.
helps with getting out there and putting your product out there. So, it's helped us both out to kind of evolve and grow. And it's just, like I said, we became fast friends. It was just like, oh, sister.
Yeah.
Just interesting to have that. And it was all because, Tony had invited Rodney onto the show. And then after that, he was like, come on, let's go. Let's do this. So it's taking that chance, and it's believing in yourself and in what you're doing. Depending on what it is that you're making. Like we talked about how we've grown since we first both started
Oh my
doing our stuff.
goodness,
We
yes.
shared our pictures of like, oh God, this is what I started with. Like, this is my first thing that I did. And we've both grown so much from there. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, even when I started doing the pallet signs, it would take me hours to do one
yeah.
because I was the bozo that went out and used a nail tool, like the little tools used to dot your
Yeah.
nails,
Yeah.
and I would outline all my words, and then I would go in with a fine paintbrush, and then I would go around it again, and then I would get my bigger paintbrush and go through, and I've gotten to the point where I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
What am I doing to myself? This is torture. I can do this. And you just get better
Mhm.
and better, and you get quicker and quicker. And the ideas, just, they don't stop. And my look now from where I was,
Completely different.
completely different.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, wow, I sold stuff when I was doing it this way. Woo.
Yeah, completely different. And I feel that because I found a pair of like my first earrings that I made and I went, what? And the bracelets, I'm like, what was I doing?
Uh-huh.
What was I doing back then? But that's part of it. You find something that you enjoy. Like I said, it becomes like a meditation for me and for you,
Mhm.
because we both are crafty and
Yes.
inventive, and that's where it gets to be fun. That's where it's okay. I'm going to try this, and of
Mhm.
course, again, the social media thing. We're seeing different videos of different crafts that can be made, and we're both like, "Did you see that?
Yeah,
Did
that's
you see
dangerous.
it's dangerous."
That's very dangerous.
Oh, another thing too that I wanted to talk about too with the store is the idea of displays and how that all came together. I want to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
So, if you want to, elaborate on that a little bit.
My garbage picked, barn picked displayers. I wanted to do something that was definitely more rustic. That's what's in too. I don't want the typical glass shelves, and I wanted something to be eye appealing. And those big spindles that you get with the wires
Yes.
that the telephone companies use or whatever.
Yeah.
I managed to get 3 of those that were bigger, and I found a couple smaller ones that I'm using in various places at the store. And we've stacked them on top of each other, and it's made this really cool center focal point when you walk in. You see this, and I went as far as putting like tree branches in the top,
Yeah.
and I hang things from them. People are like,
Lights.
"What?" We put lights up there at Christmas, and I'm sure in the spring we'll put some leaves up there and some flowers to make it look springy. But it's just, yeah, I've used ladders and different things.
All kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, nothing matches, and I'm okay with that.
And it looks so professional. So I wanted to bring that up because I know a lot of times when you're starting out and you are wanting to do something like this and you're like, oh, where can I cut costs but make it still look great? What, I think one of the biggest things that even I have said is I don't have the money to do this. I need this to be able to continue moving forward. And this is just proof that not necessarily do you need a ton of money to be able to do your own business, to be your own boss.
Right.
We found stuff on the cheap, and even
And the
driving
garbage.
down the road, both had that swivel neck thing going. Hey, did you
Mhm.
see that? Yes, I
Yep.
did.
Yep.
Let's pick that up. And it was cool because at one point you were like, okay, we need this.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, not even really saying anything, your mom comes up with exactly what you wanted.
Yeah.
Brought it into the store.
Yep.
Cleaned it up, everything was good to go. And it
Mhm.
just if you're making excuses because you feel like you don't have the kind of money, or I need to do this before I can do this, or I got to do this and have it just perfect, it's not going to happen.
Right. And there is no excuse, because all you have to do is think outside the box. You really do. Think outside the box. And if you want the traditional displayers, go find businesses that are going out of business
Yeah.
and go buy them, because you're not going to get them any cheaper than that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I was looking at statistics before I came here tonight. Right now, with everything that's going on, it's, from what I was seeing, they're saying about 800 small businesses go out of business each day in the United States. And, to come up and do something at this time when these businesses are going out, it's, at any point, it's like, okay, the excuse mark, if anything, right now would have been no, not going to do it.
Right.
But yet you still continued, and, more and more. And that's why it is so important to continue to support small businesses, restaurants, everything right
Yes.
now. And, I think that was one thing I really wanted to hammer out, not only with the success that you've had, but to people to not give up and to please help support small businesses, local businesses, because they're needed. Like you
Right.
said, they're putting food, you're helping put people's food on their table.
Yeah, exactly. You're keeping our electricity on. And what are you doing when you shop at big box stores? You're just padding their pockets.
Yeah.
You're not really helping anybody. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of shopping at the big stores, because I am. We all are.
Right.
And But if you need that gift or you're looking for that something special, don't be afraid to shop local because you're gonna find something really awesome.
And I think that that is definitely a good message to give to everybody today. Again, you are on Facebook,
Facebook,
TikTok.
TikTok, and we also have a website where you can actually physically go shop, and we're working on getting our
Yes.
shipping up. So www.shophometownhandmade.com is where you can find us online too.
And you also offer curbside pickup if they
Yes.
want to shop in their pajamas.
Yep.
Which is perfectly okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, not a problem. So you have that. They can go and peruse what you just said, that site that you just said,
Yep.
and they can see what items are available in the
Yes.
store. That is incredible.
Yeah, and you can also shop off of our Facebook. If you see a picture of something we post, you can call us. Our phone number is on there and say, hey, I want that. Or message the page and say, hey, I want that. We can definitely make it happen for you, and you don't even have to get out of your car.
And you will set stuff aside sometimes if they're coming.
If we know
shortly.
you're coming and we've gotten to the point where we can't hold anything for more than 48 hours,
Yeah.
but we will do it. So,
Yes, because at that point it kind of becomes someone coming in might have been able to purchase, which is makes
Right.
complete sense.
right.
But yeah, so you're able to go ahead and look, not only follow Hometown Handmade on Facebook, but don't you have an Instagram also?
We
Are
do.
working on
Currently, I am not friends with Instagram.
Oh,
I'm struggling
All right.
with,
I understand
with that. So,
I completely understand that because technology
Yes.
has not been my friend either lately.
yes.
But so that's a whole nother different show. We'll get into that some other time. But I'm thankful that you came in to tell about your story to help hopefully inspire others that are wanting to take that leap, that are wanting to do something different, think outside the box, make things happen, make their dreams come true, and
Yes.
help other people along the way. There's a whole big good feel about this, a big feel good story here. You're talking about not only doing your thing, but you're also helping others do their thing.
Yes.
Stepping stones, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. It's a community family at Hometown Handmade, and everything in the store makes you feel like you are home.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys get a chance, go ahead and stop in, say hi to Mary, say hi to Rodney, go stop into the store and check out all of the different amazing things from all the artisans that are local. It is an incredible store, you guys. I hope that you do go and check it out. And when you do, and you have a great time, and you find the amazing thing that you've been looking for, because you didn't know it was there, go ahead, give the store a review, because that also helps to push out and get more people in.
Big time.
So if that's one thing. You don't have money right now, go ahead and help support with a review or
Or just as simple as a like
a
our
like.
page.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and like not only Hometown Handmade, but Mary's Handmade Creations, because you post stuff on there as well.
We do.
And you just get on there. Oh, we got something else. Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, and if you guys make anything that's unique, please reach out to us. We're always looking for new artisans to come in, so please keep that in mind.
Yeah, you can go ahead and get a hold of Rodney and Mary for that. And if you have something that they don't have in the store because of the
No compete.
there you go, no compete, you guys check in with them, shoot them a message, give them a call. The phone number is on.
Yep,
Facebook.
it's on the Facebook page, and you can message the page if you are a keyboard warrior and you don't like to talk to people.
I understand that. I completely get that.
I do too.
Yeah, so there's that opportunity that might be waiting for you to go ahead and possibly get into a store, and it's an incredible feeling. And I thank you guys for both bringing me in, for helping to boost me up as well, and I'm glad to be a part of your dream.
We're glad you're with us.
Well, all right, thank you. All right, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. I have been so very happy to have Mary here to talk about an incredible story. It's thriving and surviving through a pandemic and starting a business. So if you guys are on the edge or on the fence, I think is what it's called, on the fence about doing something like this for yourself, hopefully this brought you a new light to be able to go ahead and try it for yourself. All right, guys, thank you for coming and hanging out on the Survivor Girl Sunday. We will see you next Sunday at 6 p.m. And remember, life is best lived.
Thank you.